Welcome back to the JavaScript practical tasks. Today we are looking at task number 8. So when we look at task number 8, it has extra information which it's displaying to the previously designed static content. So the use of JavaScript is that it helps us to present personalized information to the thousands and millions of users who use our web applications. So in this example, we are using Safe Border, which is a motorcycle ride application. So it has a pickup location, it has a drop-off location, and the cost. The details specified in those paragraphs is always unique for the different users who are using the application. So let us get into the JavaScript and see how we can serve dynamic content to the different people. So over here, we come into our Visual Studio Code. I'm going to get this file name and use it to create. So I've copied that, and I'm going to use it to create our new file for this task. So we have created our new file. I'm going to get the content from the previous task. Ctrl A, Ctrl C, then paste it in the new file. So JavaScript is going to come here, we insert it in our script tag as usual. Then we instruct JavaScript to access the document. The document is the actual page, and then we instruct it to get the element by so there are many options. You can get an element by class name, by name, tag name. Today we're going to find an element by its ID. So now we instruct JavaScript we give it the ID of the element whose content we want to change. So for example, let's change the content in the paragraph tag on line 17. So that element will need to have an ID so that JavaScript has a reference on how to access that element. So the ID can be any name. I'm going to put pick. Let me use my name to demonstrate that the ID can be anything you specify. Then we access the innerHTML property, which helps us to change the content. So we say is equal to, then in a quote we specify the text. So that's going to change. We just want to give it a sample run. So we come and open our this one post trip. Let's open this from Microsoft Edge. So here, let us first save this, Ctrl S, then we refresh. So nothing has changed yet. This is because in our HTML, there is no element that has this ID. So let us give this an ID corresponding to the ID used by JavaScript. After hitting Ctrl S, I refresh, and good. So the content of that paragraph element has changed to the content that we have instructed JavaScript to display. So that's how JavaScript changes the content. So we'll come here and first copy this information the way it is. Ctrl C to copy, and then we paste it here, Ctrl V to paste. Now we can add in a HTML. Let me hit Ctrl S to save and refresh. There you have it. JavaScript has dynamically changed the content of the HTML. So as you can see that this is the content of our HTML, and then in line 21 we are using JavaScript to change the content in our HTML. So JavaScript will be used in web applications to deliver or to serve personalized information to the thousands and millions of users who use our web applications. I'll leave you to change the content of drop-off and cost as specified in task number 8, and with that you will be able to do task number 9 and task number 10. Good day.